The real question is, despite the numbers that you're seeing there, have they done justice?
They haven't done justice simply because they were a lot better the previous year. That's the problem. Like when you have an outstanding year, there is an expectation. And as international players, you are expected to take wickets, to score plenty of runs at a fast rate. So the fact that Jonny Bairstow hasn't clicked, we've seen glimpses of him, whereas Jos Buttler, obviously the last game he was able to pull off the victory and the strike rate, which we've known and loved about him. Both teams will be wanting those guys just to find the form that made them successful in the IPL last edition. So there's a lot of question marks still about them. It just feels like a lot of players, it's like the boats that are outside Harsha's hotel room that he gets to look at the beautiful view. The boats are dragging like an anchor. They're just not being able to go full speed as yet. So they just need to pull up the anchor and off they go.
Lisa's absolutely right. With people like especially Buttler, because Buttler's had a couple of good seasons in a row. Bairstow burst on the scene last year. You sort of, they come in and you think it's going to be Thrill a minute from now. And everyone's had to adjust here. They've come out of a bubble as well, and they've had to come straight in here, get into different kind of conditions. These pitches are probably not what they thought they would be. The pitches in Hyderabad last year, for example, are made for Warner and Bairstow to break batting records. So it's not quite like that here. So it's not been easy for them. And then when your side doesn't win too much early on, it's a little unsettled. You're not quite sure where you're coming from. So it's not been easy. But they've got 4 or 5 games. If they get to 400, look, 400 is a good season. 500 is an outstanding season, but 400 is still a good season. And I think they'll still get to 400. I thought Buttler the other night, 70 not out when everyone else had a strike rate around 100. Buttler was in a different league, so he could still do that.
And Harsha, as a result of that, he got himself a nice little souvenir, the jersey from MSD.
Isn't that cute? I mean, I thought it was lovely that a person of Buttler's stature would want to ask MS. I've heard him in an interview once say that, having watched MSD at Chennai, he said, when I'm playing for England, so often I ask myself, what would Dhoni do from here? That's the other great thing about the tournament. You know, there's this osmosis. People learn from each other. And yeah, I mean, I don't see a stage too far when if Buttler continues the way he is, that someone will want his jersey. They probably already do.
Yeah, they do.